Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, June 7th. I'm Courtney Savella.
Hi, Courtney. Hi, everyone. I'm Derek Shore. Glad to have you with us. We got a lot to get to on today's show, including, get this, a teddy bear with an out-of-this-world story. More on the mission that brought him to outer space with this guy on your screen.
And in the worst of situations, dogs truly can be so comforting. Recently, a group of canines traveled from Houston to Uvalde. Look at them. And those sweet pups and their handlers are going to join us in studio.
Plus, we're highlighting a local teen who's on a mission to sock out poverty and how you can help.
And Lauren Kelly is in studio this afternoon with some real star power. I love this one. Hi, Lauren.
I'm super excited for this one, y'all. I'm chatting with Hollywood actors and real-life couple Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone about their life on and off the camera, plus a sneak peek at their new comedy series hitting Netflix next week. But for now, back to you, Derek and Courtney.
Listen, our mouths are agape over here, Lauren. Their videos together during the lockdown really fueled me. It was amazing.
They are two of our favorites for sure, Lauren. We're looking forward to that. But first, how about a check of today's forecast?
That is right. Frank joins us now. What's up? I know, hot, hot, hot.
So you may not remember it. Yesterday, our highs at Bush, Hobby, they were 93, 92, 91. We've already hit that.
Oh.
We've already gotten there. So that just shows you the trend as we head toward the weekend. And I think we're going to see, even into next week, I will talk about the whole 10 days coming up. But you can see, do you see any clouds there? I don't see any clouds. I mean, it is just as clear and hot as it gets. 93 in Houston, Sugar Land 94, 91 in Galveston. And you can see the feels like numbers are all triple digits right now. I've got 99 in Pearland. That's the cool spot, right? 94, 96, Huntsville, 100, 203. If you're going to take Nico out for a walk, make sure he's well protected. Some shade, sunscreen, keep those water bowls full. 95, I think it's possible once it's all said and done, we're at 95 for a high today. 94, 93, even 91 at 7 o'clock. And look at this. We'll talk more about this. 100 by Friday. How long does all this last and why? I'll have your answer.
I think it's a long time.
Yeah, we can't wait for that, Frank. My goodness.
All of a sudden, we're looking forward to November.
All right.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
It is officially summer in my house. We finally, AJ, his last day of school. Today was also his, what they call moving on ceremony. So from end of elementary school, end of 5th grade. And so sweet. Oh, my word, we were so, I literally did not think I could make it through this today, but I was proud of myself. I didn't flood the gym, you know, with my tears. It was so sweet. It was a beautiful ceremony, and can't believe, you know, I mean, Connor went to the same school, and then AJ finished up, and it was a beautiful morning.
Whoa, I cannot believe that's Connor on the left side of your screen. He's almost as tall as Orlando is.
He's a man-child, and but we're so excited, and AJ, you know, Connor's been out of school since May 20th, so finally, AJ said, it is finally my summer today. And he did say it'll be a little strange not going back to that school next year, but
it will be strange.
It will.
But
We're
he's
so
gonna
excited.
Be just fine. Congratulations.
Oh man, I got to tell you, the wave of emotions, though. You know, first Connor with his 8th grade graduation, and then AJ 5th grade, and there's just a lot of emotions. I could still see them, you know, in the stroller
as babies. I mean, even when you and I first met, they were so much younger than they are now. And it's funny how a few years can go by in the life of a child. They completely transform. They learn all these new things. For us, a few years goes by and we're just the same drunks on TV.
with bad hair.
Hey, it's Houston, the humidity. Congrats.
Thank you. It was an absolute beautiful day.
Before
it really
you know
was.
it, they'll be engaged and dating and all of those things.
Stop.
No, that was just my segue into this next story. Have you seen this video of this couple at Disneyland Paris?
No.
They tried to get engaged.
Okay.
And it went very, very wrong.
Oh.
Okay, so watch this. Watch this. Here we go. He's down on one knee. Okay, here we go. And intercepted.
I'm sorry. What just happened?
Do you need to see that again?
What happened? Someone...
Well, that's a Disney park employee there.
Saying, no way, you gotta leave? Get out of here. Get out.
I don't know if he said get out of here, but here we go again. So the couple is down on one knee, or he is down on one knee.
No.
And boom. Intercepted.
Takes the ring and is like, please exit.
Well, I think he's saying maybe you can come down here. So I didn't realize this. Apparently, Disney is very serious about the rules where people can get engaged, where things can happen. And if you look on TikTok and Instagram, there are all kinds of derailed engagements at Disneyland.
No way. That guy was Johnny on the spot. I mean, you think maybe he could have waited 30 seconds for, to just say, let her say yes and then move it on?
Maybe. But
or
he didn't.
30 seconds earlier?
Well, so here's the thing. Disney has now apologized, saying, because a lot of people on the internet, they're like, this guy, he was like a little too overzealous, the employee,
yes,
who sort of proudly said, hey, no, you have to go down here. But yeah, apparently the couple, I think they're engaged. I'm sure they're going to have a very long life together.
Wow.
But would you get, never mind, I'm not going to ask that question.
Probably not, since I didn't.
Can you read my mind?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just say, I mean, at some point, Brandon and I may or may not get engaged.
Hang on a second.
One of the places
Brandon,
that never crossed my mind.
Cancel that engagement at Disney. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Can you imagine the video of Brandon getting tackled by Disney security?
Listen, I would take the tackle for y'all, because then I would say, like, let me at least have y'all have the moment.
Now that is a true friend. Thank you so much. Hey, so a few years ago, remember, we told the story of this house that was on the market in Florida.
You're giggling. Why are you giggling? I don't even know what's so funny.
So the house on the market in Florida, it eventually sold. Each room in the house had a different Disney theme.
Oh boy.
So I'm not talking about just like the kids' rooms, but it was like the primary bedroom, the living room, the dining room. It was like the Little Mermaid room.
Oh.
The house sold. It did. And some people really, really love Disney. Like this next couple I'm about to tell you about. We don't know who they are, where they live. They've gone into hiding. So they posted online how at their wedding, they decided to use the budget for catering, to skip the food, and hire Mickey and Minnie Mouse to make a 30-minute appearance at their wedding.
So they didn't feed the people?
No.
They had a Mickey and Minnie.
Yes.
When was this?
Skip the food. How about straight to the entertainment?
Well, sometimes that's a good thing.
What happens to you when you don't eat, Courtney?
I get real mad.
She does. She does.
I mean,
and here's the
hangry.
thing. And speaking of Brandon, again, he gets very quiet. Like, I know if he's quiet, he's just starving.
About to pass out?
He's about to pass out because he's starving. So my feeling is you have a room full of people who have dressed up to come to your wedding.
Who it's been several hours getting ready for this.
Yeah, and you might want to feed them because you just might. I mean, what if your guests don't share a love
for Mickey and Minnie?
Mickey and Minnie the way you do.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe it should have been a private showing.
Like a dance in the back room?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe keep that for their honeymoon. I'm sure the honeymoon must have been at Disney, right?
Maybe on a cruise. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The things you find out about people's weddings.
And some people are really into that, so please don't send us hate mail. And that is awesome. It is your wedding. You can have whatever sort of dress-up characters you want there. You might want to feed people. Did you do anything at your wedding that was a little...
No, nothing. We had mariachis in Salt Lake, so that was a little different for them.
At a Catholic wedding?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Listen, I know it was the Cathedral of the Madeleine in Salt Lake City where they married. I was not in attendance because we didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other, but if we did, you would be there.
I would have been.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Maybe when you renew your vows, I could be in attendance and we could hire Mickey and Minnie to stop by for 30 minutes to entertain our angry, hungry crowd.
But we're still going to feed people.
Okay.
We're definitely going to feed people.
And we'll pour martinis.
Okay, listen, speaking of eating treats, mark your calendar and head out to Discovery Green tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. with Derek. We're both going to be helping in the 10,000 Scoop Challenge. This is at Discovery Green, a citywide effort to hand out 10,000 free scoops of Kemp's Moose Tracks frozen yogurt.
Yes.
For each scoop we give away, Moose Tracks donates $1 to the Salvation Army Greater Houston to help raise funds for their vital community programs. There's no cost. You just show up and say, I want a scoop of ice cream, and we give it to you. You enjoy it, and we help raise money for such a great cause, our Salvation Army. of Greater Houston.
What a great idea. Who thought of this even? Giving away 10,000 scoops of ice cream.
I know.
All for a great cause. Have you been practicing? Because I sure have.
I know, I have. A double scoop. It's from 11 to 3, Discovery Green. Come see us out there.
We'll be there.
I know.
Perfect way to start, well, finish the morning. How about that?
Exactly.
We'll
Get
make
a
it
little
to
ice
work.
cream.
I think we'll make it here in time to do the show. But hey, we're going to have some fun on today's show.
We sure
How about
are.
that? Still to come, what do astronauts take to space with them? Well, when you're a dad to a little girl, a teddy bear, of course. We're going to share Teddy's space adventure coming up.
Can't wait for that. And the Houston Grand Opera isn't what you'd expect. While you'll want to grab a friend or even have a date night there, Houston Life will be right back.
Welcome back to Houston Life. Time now for our H-Town Sit Down.
That is right. Let's meet today's guest. The Houston Grand Opera General Director and CEO Corey Dastor joined HGO in August 2021. She is the first woman to hold this position. Before joining HGO, Dastor was the General Director of Opera San Jose and Associate Director of Packard Humanities Institute, where she was responsible for initiatives encompassing arts, music, and archaeology. Dastor holds a bachelor's degree from the New England Conservatory of Music and a master's degree from UCLA. An artist herself, she is a lyric soprano who has performed on stages throughout North America, Europe, and Asia. She and her husband are the proud parents of 2 young daughters. And Corey joins us now for our H-Town Sit Down. Come on out. Lovely to see you.
It's so great to be here.
Thanks for coming in. And a fellow Bruin.
Go Bruins.
From UCLA.
Love
We're so glad to have you here in Houston.
Thanks for having me. It's such a joy.
Well, history making, first woman to run the whole show there.
It's such an honor.
And we love going to the opera. Our friend Natalie, who's here and who works with y'all, she took us out a couple months ago. It blew me away because I think a lot of people, they hear the word opera and they just sort of assume that it is this stuffy experience. I think we have some video from the night we all went out there, but the visuals were so great. The crowd was so much fun, and the music was more familiar to us than we even realized, Corey.
Of course. If you've seen Bugs Bunny, if you've flown on an airline, then you've heard these tunes. But what I think a lot of Houstonians don't know is that I've lived all over the world, in Europe, in New York, in California, and when I heard the word Houston, I thought of the word opera. It is so world famous, this opera company. It's incredible history. For creating new work and for just being an international destination for the greatest art in the whole world. So we are so fortunate to have that right in our city.
I have to tell you, you make the hair on the back of my neck stand up when you said that, because you really want Houston. I mean, we're on the map for so many things, and you've been all over the globe with music and really understanding that Houston has this mark. You know, I had a college professor who was also an opera singer, and that was my first time you would get extra credit if you would go see her.
Yeah.
And the very first time I went, I thought, why am I not doing this more often? And I think, as Derek was saying, there's a little bit of a stigma that maybe like I don't belong, but that is not the case for us here at all.
I mean, we really work very hard to make sure that everyone belongs at Houston Grand Opera, and that people know that one of the perks of living in the city is that you have this incredible company right in your backyard. Certainly, it's a joy to be joining the company and to be a part of the legacy that has been not just important from an opera perspective, but really redefining what opera can mean, what kind of musicians, what kind of performers. We have new productions centered on mariachi music, on spoken word, on movement. And the wonderful thing about opera is it's all art forms at one time. So really no holds barred. We can do anything we want on that stage as long as it's beautiful music. That's the only rule.
And of course, Houston is such a melting pot. And Corey, before the show, we were chatting with Frank Billingsley. Y'all have a mutual friend, someone who worked in New York on Broadway for a long time. The level of talent that comes to Houston, yourself included, do you want to give us a little, you want to hit a high note?
Oh, happy to. All right, ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Lovely.
So a bit of experience.
Free of charge, ladies and gentlemen.
Free of charge.
Lovely.
But it's incredible, yourself included. I will continue my question now. I mean, what attracted you to Houston? You mentioned you heard Houston and you thought opera. Is that the opportunity you saw?
That's it. When Houston Grand Opera calls you, if you're an opera fan as I am,
you
pick up the phone. The works of art that have come out of this company, it's the greatest company in all of opera, and it's dedicated to the innovation and advancement of the whole form through new works, through incredible community partnerships. HGO Co, our community and learning initiative, the first of its kind to partner with juvenile detention facilities, to be working with medical professionals, and in prisons. You know, we believe deeply in the healing power of music and the joy and honor that we bring to the community in sharing and making music together. So
let's talk about the partnership that you have going on with artwork to help kind of go along with the performances, because this is really innovative as well.
Well, I mean, we want our artwork to show the kind of emotional experience you're going to have at the company. And so, yeah, we partner with artists from all over the city to make sure we're telling these stories in a way that's accessible and welcoming. But really, we're just ready to love on the public, because we've had a rough couple years with COVID and, of course, Harvey before that. And so we've felt what it's like to not be able to gather. We're back, we're thrilled, and we're wanting to give the public the titles they missed most. So La Traviata, the most famous opera in the world. The Wrecker is an incredible lost masterpiece. El Milagro, as I mentioned, one of our mariachi operas. This is a holiday tradition now in Houston. The Marriage of Figaro, my personal favorite opera. Werther, starring the incredible Isabel Leonard and Matthew Polenzani, two of the most important singers alive and walking the globe. Tosca, our own Tamara Wilson, making her world debut in Puccini's most famous opera. And of course, we close the season with Salome, which is a homecoming for us because that's the first opera, Houston Grand Opera, ever produced in 1955. Wow. An incredible, shocking new work. And if you know opera at all, then you'll know one thing about these stories that they all have in common is they're centered around a strong female lead. And I am here for a strong female lead.
Yes, girl.
Opera is really about so many things, but at its center, it's like, who's dead at the end of the night? That woman, that diva who has done her job that night to bring the crowd to their feet. And we have some of the most amazing women leading these productions. I can't wait to share them with our Houstonian public.
That is great. Can you teach me how to do your note?
Oh, absolutely. Join one of our choirs. Come out to Discovery on the Green. We'll have sing-alongs and you're hired.
So fun.
So fun. And that artwork is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The opera is so much more than just people standing and singing on stage. The staging is incredible. Corey Destor, thank you for making time for us here at Houston Life.
It's my pleasure.
And welcome to Houston. We're so glad to have you.
I'm loving it. Eating my way from right to left.
Oh, yeah, right? So good.
Very nice. And by the way, subscription sales are available right now online at houstongrandopera.org. And don't forget, you can pay your age. That's something we didn't even get into, but look it up online because it's an incredible program that makes the opera even more affordable for all of us.
I love that. You got my attention. Still ahead, Hollywood A-listers Melissa McCarthy and her husband, Ben Falcone. They're chatting all about their latest project together. I'm guessing you're going to laugh, too. We're getting the scoop on their new comedy series.
Plus, the out-of-this-world adventure for one little girl's teddy bear, how the sweet true story was turned into a children's book. Don't go away. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Life. A lovey, a blanket. Did you have that one toy as a child that meant everything to you? Well, for me, it was a miniature ceramic chipmunk named Yo-Yo. That bond between a child and their prized possession is so special, and now it's being captured in a truly Houston way, as one astronaut's family has just released a children's book about their teddy bear traveling to space. Brian Duffy is an astronaut and also a dad. So when he set off on his fourth and final space mission, he took along an important reminder of his daughter, her teddy bear. The two blasted off, and now years later, their journey is being remembered in a heartwarming children's book called Teddy's Space Adventure. It's a story about family, friendship, and the bond between young Shannon and her beloved teddy bear. All right, there you have it. There's that teddy bear along with Shannon Duffy Payne and Jan Duffy, mother and daughter. And Brian Duffy, astronaut. Welcome to all three of you. Well, all four of you, I should say. So this teddy bear is about 40 years old. And before we get into the story of the bear, Brian, you served 4 missions.
I did.
So you flew Atlantis, Endeavour, Discovery?
And Never Twice, and then Discovery.
And then Discovery, okay. And this little man made it up to the International Space Station.
He sure did.
Okay, so tell us how this all happened, because clearly you have a special place in your heart for this bear, but your daughter came to you and said what?
Well, actually, it was my idea
to
do this, because Teddy's been in our family ever since Shannon's been in our family. You know, it was important to me to be able to bring a piece of my family with me. And so I asked Shannon if she wouldn't mind if I brought Teddy to the International Space Station, and she agreed.
That is
Reluctantly.
so... Reluctantly. Okay, and while Teddy was up on the space station, how were you feeling? Do you remember?
I remember it being anxiety, for sure, but you know, it was my dad's 4th flight, so I wouldn't say I was used to it, but I knew what to expect from the feeling, and I was actually more excited that Teddy was along this time. So that was a special moment. When, of course, when they both came back, I was glad that he would never be going back up again, and that we were all united.
Relieved to have everyone home safe and sound, right?
Yes.
So Jan, Mom, you were a kindergarten teacher through 3rd grade. You were a school teacher for many, many years. And during the pandemic, Shannon and Jan, you two decided to write this book.
Right.
And this sort of chronicles the space adventure for Teddy.
Right. So it was 20 years in the making, because Teddy went up in October of 2000. And as soon as he came back, I thought this would be a great children's book. And then life got in the way and we got busy, and I just thought during the pandemic, wouldn't this be a great time for us to do it? And I asked Shannon if she'd want to help me, and
Yes.
she said yes. And so I took a lot of webinars on how to write a book, self-publish, find an illustrator, and that's what we did. And
hey, that's incredible.
About a year in the making.
Well, and how many times have you heard someone say, oh, I want to write a book, and you never, get around to it? Was it the pandemic? Was it having this extra time that sort of pushed you over the edge and you said, like, okay, now is the time to do it?
Yes, exactly. And also, you know, the book is a very whimsical story, and it's true, as you know, but it also kind of touches on, you know, separation and some of the themes during the pandemic that truly people were experiencing. So we really felt like the message, the timing was good also for the message, people to understand that it's normal to feel fear and just start to learn how to accept it, and separation, how to deal with it.
Wow, that really is a beautiful message. What has been the response from young readers and parents alike?
The response has been very good too, and you know, Teddy's been everywhere around Houston too. It's truly a Houston book, you know, because Teddy went to the went to the zoo, went to the rodeo, went to the Astros games, went to Space Center Houston, you know, visitor center, and all over Houston before we went into to space even, you know.
That's incredible.
And we were able to find an illustrator, a local illustrator, a high school student, to do the illustrations.
So many incredible adventures around Houston. Great that you found a local illustrator. I feel like Teddy could just open his mouth and speak to us. Brian, final thoughts? I mean, you must be so proud. Who knew that your idea to take Teddy into space would one day lead to this?
Yeah, that wasn't the plan, to do that. I just, every time I flew, I did take something of my family with me, to have it with me and be able to bring it back. So yeah, we're just excited that, you know, I was more excited that the mom and the daughter had the chance to work together and very closely, because it brought them together, and that was very satisfying for me.
Well, it is super cool. Thank you all for making time for us today on Houston Life, and we'll check out the book. We'll buy the book. I can't wait to read it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shannon, Brian, thank you so much again. I still have a million questions for y'all, but we're out of time, so we got to leave it there for now. But to our viewers, you can purchase a copy of the book online. We have a link in the Scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv. Now let's send things on over to Courtney.
Thanks, Derek. What a sweet story. Love that. Still ahead, the Canine Comfort Dogs. They're stopping by Studio B with a look at how they're helping support communities during some really tough times. But first, let's check in with Joe Sam, who has a way you can help out a local nonprofit. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Courtney. Coming up, I'll tell you how the Sock Out Poverty organization here is gearing up for an upcoming campaign in Chicago, and a few ways that you can help them reach their goal. That's when Houston Life returns. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Houston Life. Derek Shore here, along with Courtney Zavala. The time is 3:30 p.m. on the dot.
I know, on this Tuesday.
This show was a good one, right?
So good.
So many interesting guests.
Here.
I'm glad we're here. What a fun show. All right, so listen, calling all KPRC2 insiders. As always, we want to hear from you. This time we are asking, who has the best burger in Houston?
Well, listen, they know. We've teamed up with Carbrock Brewing Company for this month's Viewer Choice Bracket Challenge. So head online and nominate your favorite spot today.
So many great options in Houston. You can nominate once per hour through June 9th at clicktohouston.com/contests. Voting will happen in the next round, and the winner will be featured right here on Houston Life. And remember, it is totally free to join our KPRC2 Insider program.
I cannot wait to see who this is going to end up with. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what's coming up at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock.
Okay, we are laughing because Keith is on like this juice cleanse diet.
I know.
And he's been talking about wanting a burger, and just like 2 seconds ago, he's like, I just can't, I'm just thinking about a burger, but I'm just gonna think about juice. And then you guys are like, hey,
let's get a burger.
And he's like, oh.
How is that juice cleanse going for you, Keith?
Yeah,
you know, it's going. Yeah.
So you're not eating, you're only drinking juice?
We have water and coffee if you want, but I'm just sticking to the water and juice. Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
It's a challenge. My wife, Lisa, and I decided just to do it and
For
just want to see if it's only 3 days. So it's not like, you know, I know. Yeah, it's not like a week or
Keith,
a month.
as your unofficial doctor, I advise you to start eating something.
Yeah,
You think so?
immediately.
Yes? Should I just?
Can we get him a burger?
Seriously.
If you put a burger in front
I'm
of me
like
right
waiting.
now,
I'm waiting for like the hanger.
It would be
you know,
ugly.
The hungry anger. It
Yeah.
hasn't come yet though.
Coffee and juice.
If you put a
Look,
burger in
on
front of
day
me right now,
4,
it'd
you're going to
ugly.
be in the corner with all kinds of food.
Yeah, I can't wait till midnight Thursday. Yeah, but hey, yes, it's yeah.
But hey, check the box, I guess. You
Yes,
did
exactly.
it.
I just want to see what it was going to be like,
Just
and
scroll through
now I
the Houston
know.
Life, website and click on all the burger joints. You know, until the meantime. But
I'll
we
be
had to
looking
bring
for
that
it.
up because we were just laughing about it. You're gonna get through it, buddy.
Yes, we're
You're going to need a drill thing here in a minute.
I know.
So
I know.
Is the burger winner going to bring burgers for everybody?
Ooh, hey, that is a great suggestion. Frank, I will put it in the comment box.
On Thursday?
Seriously.
Can we do it Thursday?
I know.
When I'm off my juice cleanse?
Yeah, on Thursday. Things to look forward to. In the meantime, if you're going to be grilling and chilling today, Frank, there's not going to be a whole lot of chilling going on.
It's sizzling like a burger.
It is sizzling like a burger. There you go.
I know. It's hot, hottest day. You know, 95 so far. We were 95 on June 2nd. We've gotten there today, so it's either going to tie for the hottest day so far this year, or we may get to 96 before it's all said and done. You can see Brenham and Huntsville are at 96. Feels like numbers there. 102, 103, 101 in Houston right now. So if anything, there's at least a breeze. 14, 15, 13 miles an hour. That breeze, and we'll talk about this at 4, is going to start calming down toward the weekend. So find a cool pool every day you can. 95 at 4, 94, 93, even at 7 o'clock, we are still at 91 degrees. Across the state, excessive heat warnings. They're looking for 117 degrees down by the river out in West Texas. So there are heat advisories there. We need a 108 degree, feels like 2 days in a row to get a heat advisory technically. We may get that this weekend. It doesn't matter. Be advised, it's hot and it's going to stay that way. This high pressure is in control. Everything is to our north and then off to our east because that's where that high is keeping it. So stay hydrated, brakes, AC, light clothes, look before you lock, make sure that your pets are well protected. Walk in the morning, walk on the grass if you can, shady breaks, lots of water in the water bowls. Stay away from a juice cleanse if you can.
Eat a nice hot burger.
Right outside. Yeah, I need to pour some juice on top of our heads. Goodness, it's so hot out there. Okay. Frank, thank you, sir. All right, I want to give you a look at now some of the stories we're working on this afternoon. An emotional story for an elementary school teacher who survived the Uvalde massacre last month. A teacher who was inside opens up about what he saw on that horrifying day.
And we've heard a lot about student loan debt forgiveness since President Joe Biden took office. Today, we are getting a clearer sense on when he might make a decision on that controversial topic. We're going to tell you when that decision is expected.
Plus, we've been hearing about supply chain issues for months, but now some retail stores are having a different problem, a surplus of certain clothing items that they need to unload. What it means if you are looking to go bargain shopping. So a lot of stuff that certainly has my attention. Yeah, along with the burgers.
So
I'm still on the cleanse. I still need more information from you.
Yes.
Maybe the juice cleanses will be on sale too, Courtney.
And we can do it again. or not?
Courtney won't be doing it.
I will
Keith.
not. No.
Y'all can talk about this offline.
Do a welfare check tomorrow,
We
too.
will, yes.
Okay, Keith,
Yes,
good luck
sir.
not fainting. Christine and Frank.
Good luck
Great to
being
see
around
you
him,
two.
I know.
Buy a burger.
Get him a
See you later.
Snickers.
I wondered why he was asleep in the lobby.
That's the reason.
Oh,
Low
my
energy.
goodness. All right, guys, we'll see you at the top of the hour. For nearly a decade, a young woman from Pearland has been making strides with her nonprofit organization that distributes socks to the homeless.
Yeah, you've seen her right here on Houston Life several times, and Joe Sam is here now with an update on her work in the community. Hi, Joe.
Hey guys, yes, right. You may have seen her providing socks to those in the community, but Princess Jackson has a bigger mission, and that's helping those in need across the country. She's gearing up for a huge campaign in Chicago and spoke with me about how we can all sock out poverty. 19-year-old Princess Jackson from Pearland grew up watching her mother and registered nurse Phyllis Burton care for those in the hospital and decided to create her own way of helping her community.
Sock Out Poverty started when I was 9 years old, back in 2013. It started when me and my mom were downtown in Houston, Texas, passing out blankets to the homeless. And I seen the homeless with blankets and cardboard, shoes with holes in them, but they didn't have socks to keep them warm. So I really wanted to give back to the community by handing out socks.
Almost 10 years later, Princess has been able to do more than just help the Houston community. Her efforts have stretched to cities around Texas, including Dallas and San Antonio, and outside of the state to those in California, Washington, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, New York, and her upcoming campaign in Chicago called Christmas in July.
Honestly, we've been wanting to go to Chicago for the past year or two now, but when COVID happened, we had a few setbacks, but we also, even though we had setbacks with COVID, we still found ways to give to other shelters. But Chicago has always been on my list because we actually filmed the Steve Harvey show in Chicago. So I felt like I wanted to go back and actually sightsee and actually give to those that are in Chicago.
Princess was honored on the Steve Harvey Show Kids Edition in 2017 after donating over 9,000 pairs of socks with her program. She knew Chicago was an area that needed help after her visit, and she was right. According to the U.S. Census, 1 in every 5 Chicago residents live in poverty, something she's hoping to be a small aid in changing.
In total, I'm planning on giving over 400 pairs of socks to those that are in Chicago. I just feel like in this generation, a lot of people are caught up with their selves, so I just like being an example that you could give to others.
She plans on giving to Chicago shelters like Cornerstone Community Outreach and a little bit of heaven, but the work starts here in Houston, like at her college, Texas Southern University, where she just wrapped up her freshman year.
I actually started my campaign there called the College Edition, so I had a lot of faculty and students come up to me because they see my interview with Steve Harvey and they wanted to find ways to give to my organization.
And so they did, which is what inspires Princess to continue serving as a beacon of light to those less fortunate.
It means a lot to me that I'm just blessed to be a blessing onto others and be an impact on others and also be an example to other kids my age or even adults.
Now, kids and adults can continue helping Princess all this month by donating a pair of socks to her organization. She wants to head to Chicago by July 7th in correspondence to Princess Jackson Day, which was a proclamation she received from the city of Houston in 2015. Of course, we'll have more information on our website on how you can help. That's HoustonLife.tv. It's such a simple thing that we don't really think of a lot, but then so many people that don't have it, it is a huge deal to them getting that from someone who actually cares, and that's what she's doing.
Yeah, and it's incredible to see Princess growing up so much.
Yes.
First time she was on Houston Life was at least 5, if not 6 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was right after the Steve Harvey appearance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely story. Good to catch up with her.
No problem.
Thanks, Joe. Well, coming up, y'all, cuteness overload. Are you ready for this? We've got a few canines. These dogs are out on the job helping to support our communities. We have Gabriel and Joy. They are helping comfort some kids in the worst situations. Recently, they traveled from Houston to Uvalde. Close up on Joy there.
Oh, look how good these sweet pups are. We will meet them along with their handlers coming up next on Houston Life. Good girl.
Good girl.
Good girl, Joy.
Yes,
Yeah,
good girl.
you too.
Welcome back to Houston Life. You know, in the worst of situations, canines can be so comforting. Recently, a group of canines traveled from Houston to Uvalde to support that community. The canines and their handlers are joining us now in studio. We're joined by Canine Joy with Karen and Canine Gabriel with Janet, and their handlers. We have Belinda and Charles as well. Welcome to y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Karen, let me first start with you, and if you can tell me a little bit about the trip to Uvalde. I know after the tragedy, it probably didn't take long to be able to bring these dogs down there to offer some comfort.
Usually, Lutheran Church Charities tries to get the dogs to a situation as soon as possible within 24 hours, if they can. And so it happened on a Tuesday, and by Wednesday morning, we were headed down to Uvalde, and we're there the rest of the week.
You know, what about all the training for Joy and Gabriel? How long have they been trained? I mean, they're a special kind of dog to be able to offer comfort in these types of situations.
That's true. They start at 8 weeks, and they're trained until they're almost 2 years old, and then we go up for handler training, and then bring them back to Houston. These came back to Houston, and it's a continual training.
And Janet,
all the time.
What was it like for you to see Gabriel and Joy in action in Uvalde for some of these children in that community that needed it most?
Most of us have been on multiple deployments. Mm-hmm. These dogs were in Santa Fe for 2 years, the day of that shooting, and for 2 years we stayed down there. It's hard. It's just like you guys seeing it on TV and having to interview. It's hard, and but bringing a sweet dog like this in, the people just latch onto them, and then it's very easy to be comforting to the people.
It is so easy. When I first met them, and y'all in the green room, I asked to approach. And is that the right thing that we should do when we see these service animals? We need to ask permission, right?
Absolutely, for a service animal. But fortunately, on the back of their vest, it says, "Please pet me." They're not service dogs. They are comfort dogs. They'll go to anybody at any time when they're needed, and they sense that they're needed. Yes. They will leave us and just wander to someone that's suffering. They go right to them.
It is so great. And when I walked in the green room and both of the dogs hugged me, and that's a lean. That's kind of a heavy lean, and that's their hug, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It means so much, and I have to tell you, how rewarding is this for you, Janet, to be able to work with these dogs and Gabriel?
It's very rewarding. It's hard to do, just like for you guys, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But afterwards, when you know that when you arrived, there was nothing but tears, but when you left, there were smiles, and we took their mind. You take people's minds away from things for just a few moments. In the hospital where doctors are working on people and they come out and visit with the dogs, they have the renewed energy to go back in because we took their mind away for just a few seconds of what the tragedy is.
Yeah, and you really give people a reason to smile in that moment and exhale, which I think is really important. They have such a busy job, but I love that they have their own Instagram accounts and business cards. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, Karen?
They each have their own Facebook page. All of the comfort dogs do. And some of them have Twitter, some of them have Instagram. They pass out their cards so that people can follow them if they want to after they meet them. And each dog has their own Bible verse, and it's on the card as well.
And do they also, they go around to other places in the community as well, even hospitals?
Oh, yes. They're very busy in the community. Joy goes to, I don't know how many different hospitals. She goes to a couple in Clear Lake. She goes to Women's Hospital of Texas once a month.
It's beautiful. Well, I have to tell you, they both lifted our spirits today, and we're so happy to shine a spotlight on the work that they do in the community and offering people a little bit of comfort and a smile as well. Y'all, thank you so much for being here today. Karen, Janet, and the rest, we do appreciate it. And Joy and Gabriel, love meeting you guys. Their faces. Oh, I just want to squeeze them. Thank you all so much. We're going to have more information on our website, too. We're going to switch gears now and send things over to Lauren Kelly, who's chatting with not one, but two pretty big Hollywood celebrities.
I know, the cuteness of the dogs got you all tongue-tied, Courtney. Me too. After the break, I am having double the fun with Melissa McCarthy and her real-life husband, Ben Falcone, as we chat all about their latest comedy series that's set to start streaming next week. That's next when Houston Life returns. Welcome back to Houston Life. Hilarious comedy duo and real-life Hollywood couple Melissa McCarthy and Ben Falcone have taken on a new project together, and this time it's a new Netflix comedy series. Fresh off their appearance from the Today Show earlier this week, Melissa and Ben join me for a first look at God's favorite idiot.
Something really important is going on with Clark.
You have been chosen by God to help the world.
Oh, no. Really? I was afraid he was going to say something like this.
That's
I was
all right,
really nervous about exactly this.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I'm so excited. Number one, you guys look phenomenal. Melissa, I love the rainbow.
Thank you. Showing our pride.
Yep, our pride. I love it. God's favorite idiot. It's kind of like, I read the title, it's kind of like a backhanded compliment, but you guys are one of our favorite Hollywood couples. Ben, let's start with you. Tell our viewers about the new series.
It's a comedy about a sort of unassuming guy who gets chosen by God to save the world, and you know, that could be a really dramatic premise, obviously, but we decided to we've had enough drama over the last couple of years, so we decided to take a comedic tack at it, and we hope people think it's funny.
Melissa, I have to know, whose idea was it to make Ben's character a ginormous Harry Styles fan? Was that your idea?
First of all, that's ripped straight from our real life.
Yeah, that's our lives.
I'm here for it.
I mean, how can you not? We were listening to so much, and we still are. Now it's like every time something new comes out. But like our daughter, we were playing it. She was learning it on piano. We were playing it all the time. So I think it literally, Ben was just like, it's in our lives, and then it just wove itself. Harry just creeped right in.
Can't get rid of Harry that easy.
Absolutely not. Ben, do you think the whole message really kind of is, if people do good, good is going to come back around to everybody around you?
Absolutely. I mean, it was, you know, part of our goal, I would say, is to just put a positive, hopefully good vibes out there. You know, I think people can use them. And yeah, I think it's true. I think karma is true, so that if you put good stuff out there, hopefully you'll get some good stuff back.
Also, whose idea was it to put the incredible Leslie Bibb as Satan? Because that is amazing.
I mean, truly, I just thought, like, if you were Satan, you would be like, I'm going to look good. And she's so funny, and she's such an amazing actress. And she just dug in so hard, and it was remarkable. Like, I can't imagine anybody else playing her.
God's favorite idiot. Next Wednesday, it's going to debut on Netflix. We can't wait to watch it. And thank you so much. Best of luck with the new show, okay?
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.
I loved talking to them so much. They are one of my favorite couples. And for more with that interview with Melissa and Ben, just log on to HoustonLife.tv. Next Wednesday, you guys have to check it out.
Oh, I will. I like her as a blonde, too.
I know, I do too.
It really works for her. She's got that bright personality. Why not brighten up your hair?
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hollywood gold.
Sure. Well, after the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including a high-flying adventure you don't want to miss.
And as we head to break, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hi, Kevin.
Derek and Courtney tonight on ET, the latest on Brad Pitt versus Angela.
Tomorrow on Houston Life, we're taking to the sky with a local female pilot who's helping you take your social media to new heights.
Okay, that sounds fun. Also, we're meeting a retired high school teacher who rode a pedal bike, also known as a rickshaw, from St. Louis to Houston for a pretty incredible cause. So, wow, that's a little bit of a ride, huh? Sounds like a good workout.
Absolutely.
We had some fun on today's show, didn't we?
We did. You have your stuffy here.
I know, from our comfort animals.
Goodness, aren't Aren't they so cute?
And it was sweet how their vests, you know, typically you're accustomed to seeing service animals that
Don't
say,
touch.
please do not pet.
Yeah.
But these comfort animals, their vests say, please pet me. And wow, what an incredible line of work they're in.
They are, and they're very busy. Also, a reminder, guys, come see us tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. at Discovery Green as we scoop some ice cream to help the Salvation Army of Greater Houston. 10,000 scoops to raise $10,000 for
That's
that
a little
organization.
more than some ice cream right there. Our arms are going to be tired. And also, it was so great having Corey, the new director of the Houston Grand Opera, on the show earlier today. We always want more time with our guests, but if you check out the Houston Grand Opera's website, they're actually doing something really cool right now where you can pay your age for an opera subscription. It's incredible, right?
That is awesome.
You can pay your age, so whatever you are in the age years, don't lie about your age. You have to pay your real age.
Whatever you are in the age years.
So whatever you are in human years, that's what I'm trying to say.
I get you, not the dog years. I get it.
But check out the Houston Grand Opera's website because they have an incredible season, incredible lineup of shows, and it's more fun than you might think.
I can't wait to check it out for sure. Fun show. We're going to do it all again tomorrow.
We are. That does it for Houston Life, but we're going to send it over to our friends Keith and Christine. Keith, who's doing the juice cleanse. Christine, who is totally normal.
You're talking about ice cream. All I got is cashew milk right now, you know? So,
Oh,
He's
that's
still,
a sad
he's
story.
still in a good mood, though. So
Yes.
don't worry.
Give him 5 minutes.
Well, we got a full hour, so
Don't bring
listen, I'm gonna need
don't
you to
bring a
hang in there.
cheeseburger around me. That's all I'm saying.
Great to see you guys, and
You
really,
too.
it was a great show. Keep working on those opera notes.
Oh,
I'll hear you from across the
okay, we will. We'll be practicing.
Okay.
We know it's in you. All right, you guys have a good one.
You too.